This is Batman. You're watching Kyle Reviewed.
Hey guys, just finished watching Titans Season 2, Episode 4, Aqualad. So this was 5 years ago. It was a flashback episode. It takes place 5 years ago, and we see pretty much what happened to Aqualad. And this is kind of the history of what the Titans have been talking to, or the OG Titans have been talking to, and how they're saying that there's kind of, there's some darkness in here, and you got why haven't you told the new characters, the new guys, the Raven, Beast Boy, and Jason Todd. So it's quite interesting dealing with that, seeing the history with Dr. Light and with Deathstroke. Although we'll have to wait and see to see if we get a bit more into this backstory, because we see that Deathstroke is obviously hired. It's a hired killer to go around killing people and stuff, and then he gets hired to take out the Teen Titans and stuff. So that's going to be quite interesting, and I'm surprised that they haven't kind of showed us as to why type thing. So I think that we'll have to wait and see as to where things go. I don't know if I want to see another flashback episode just to deal with why who wants the Titans out. I mean, anyone could want the Titans out, right? It could be Lex Luthor, it could be anyone, the Legion of Doom type thing. And I think that could be really cool, is dealing with the Legion of Doom. Maybe they hire him and he's not finished, or maybe Lex Luthor hires him type thing. That could be quite cool. We could see something like that. And I think it's interesting with this show, the show is not wanting to show Batman, not wanting to show, obviously we've seen Bruce Wayne, we haven't seen actual Batman, is I think what they could do is if you want to have Lex Luthor without casting an actor as Lex Luthor or anything like that, then you get the voice actor who played Lex Luthor on the cartoons in the Justice League animated series, who's been playing it for a while, and then you can just get a shot over his back with the voice like that. Like, I always thought that what they should have done for this show is, the guy who plays Batman, he's okay from Game of Thrones, but what they should have done is cast, if they wanted an older Batman who's retired, then why not cast Kevin Conroy in the role? I mean, that's what they're doing for Crisis, and that's going to be super cool. But would it be interesting to see Bruce Wayne as to see Kevin Conroy play an older version of Batman? I think he'd love to do that. I think people have tweeted at him a few times that, suggesting that they make him a recurring role in Batwoman, and he retweeted that instantly, saying he'd be excited for that. So we'll have to wait and see as to where things kind of go. Maybe his Batman from the Crisis thing could become permanent. But getting back to this, it would be kind of cool seeing different characters, just seeing someone, to finding out who's bankrolling. Slade Wilson. I mean, I understand at this point it's becoming personal and all that stuff, but it would be just cool to see as to who originally gave him the target, who is the client, right? We saw the guy give him the file, but obviously that guy's a middleman, and Lex Luthor wouldn't just go wouldn't go around like that. He has a public image to keep up, right? So I think that's really kind of cool to play with that. We see Aqualad. He actually ends up quoting Bruce Springsteen. That was really cool, fun, a little quote there. I think there's a quote, I forget the quote, but he quotes one of the Bruce Springsteen songs, which is pretty cool. There's a great artist. We see Dr. Light, is looking for a bomb, and that's when they get there, and they pretty much stop him from getting the bomb, and they find out that we see Aqualad is killed by Deathstroke. And we get like a jump to a week later, and we see that Dick finds Jericho, which is Slade Wilson's son. So that's really cool, and it looks like Dick Grayson uses Jericho to get to Slade Wilson. I think that is going to be really cool. And he was even he was told by Dub, go full on Batman on this, and that was really cool. That's going to be quite interesting to see as to where things go. Does Jericho end up? Jericho's not able to speak. He uses sign language and stuff, which is an interesting idea. Doing that, they want to give him a disability, but not give him anything. It'd be interesting to see as to how that's kind of used. Does Jericho? Do we get another flashback in next episode? Which I don't really want another episode that's just another flashback, because it doesn't push the season forward going. We just kind of stay in limbo. They're pretty much filler episodes now. I get it. You need to see this backstory and all this stuff, and it's really cool seeing this whole episode with them being the Titans and all that. But I don't know if I want another episode like that. One episode only 10 episodes this season. One episode is enough like that. So, but if we find out somehow Jericho accidentally gets killed, maybe Slade Wilson accidentally kills Jericho when he thinks he's trying to attack someone else. Things go wrong and Jericho gets killed instead of one of the Titans. That could be quite interesting with that, and dealing with that kind of both sides regretting their situation, blaming each other type thing. I mean, whereas, Slade Wilson might have actually pulled the trigger, but he blames, Dick Grayson for, Robin for actually the death of his son. So that could be something interesting playing with that. Playing the blame game could be quite fun. And seeing as to where things go. So I can't wait to see as to where things go. I definitely kind of want things to go forward at this show because we haven't even seen Superboy or Crypto, and that was the end credit scene of last season. So it was such a huge tease, and they've been throwing Superboy all over the promotional media, the trailers and all that stuff, and yet we haven't seen anything of him yet. And it's like kind of pissing me off. Why haven't we seen something of him? At least show us what he's doing. What they should have done, especially episode 4 of. Like I said, 10 if I'm not mistaken. Double check on IMDb here. 13. Okay, so not quite halfway just yet, but still, we should have at least gotten at least 1 or 2 scenes this season so far with Superboy. Maybe we see him, and one scene in an episode of him and Superdog leaving. One scene of him and Crypto just kind of walking aimlessly around. Not knowing, in a city, not knowing what to do, not quite coming up on the Titans' radar just yet, but still see all the things that he's quite, what is he doing at all? So it's where things kind of go, and also that scene happened last season, destroyed all of Cadmus and stuff. When does that happen? Did that happen before this first episode or after? Right after? I imagine it would have happened some point during the time that Rachel or Raven just killed her father and sent her father back to his dimension. So at some point after the first episode of season 2. But if we don't get to see that till episode 7, then is it going to happen? Is the timing of that, him and Super and Crypto breaking out happening at that point? If it happened, a while ago and, times have been going on, what has he been doing this whole time, since he's been broken out? And how come the Titans didn't hear of this? Do the Titans know about Cadmus Lab at all? Have they ever heard of that? Has Batman ever heard of that? There's all this kind of things they really want to start getting answers to. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below. And what are you thinking about this season so far? I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Hi, this is Kevin Conroy, talking to you from the library of Wayne Manor. You may know me as Batman. I just want you to know that you're watching Kyle Reviewed. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.